And what's good, folks? Hope you liked that last Celeste race because we got more Celeste action coming right at you. Aurora Dash versus Squealio. I am Electric here, co-calling this league qualifier group stage race with me. In the booth is Troy of Athens. How you doing today after that last race, man?
Pretty good. Damn it!
I heard that you might be in the absence of some much wanted Chipotle after that last race.
Yes, I am.
Hopefully, we'll see no bigger tragedy in this race. Both these guys actually saying in the chat beforehand, they're not going to be skipping Hopefully prologue. We'll see no bigger tragedy in this race due to their respective setups. Squealio is actually playing on Xbox, so he will not be doing Demo Dash either. Will be interesting to see how this race shakes up. He's definitely going to be wanting to make up more ground over Aurora Dash ahead of that Mirror Temple chapter, because he's not going to be able to make up too much time inside there. In fact, he's going to be losing quite a bit more than likely. What are your thoughts, Troy?
Mario Maker's hard. Oh, about this game. I think that Squealio has a chance here. They're both doing well. Definitely respectable for both players to to decide to not do the cutscene skip, considering one can't do it because they're on console and still not updated. One's chapter 9. So, we should be getting some good races going on here. Just keep it in mind in prologue that you're going to be seeing a bit slower times at a prologue than we've been used to at the end of Season 1, just because we're not going to skip a cutscene.
Yep. Just a little bit of a weird difference, but most of the gameplay should be about the same, although I think Squealio does have a couple of things working slightly against him with the fact that he's on console. I do know that a lot of the patches for this game have actually in some ways made things a bit easier for speedrunners. I remember there was one particular thing, like a particular type of wall bounce that they extended the... Yeah, they extended the number of frames you have to do it, actually, with the update.
Yeah. It's still doable in the current console patches. There's not really anything that could cause problems necessarily. Demo Dash is kind of a hit or miss depending on which console. I don't think it's in every console. I think it's in some of them. Forget which one. We have Aurora playing on right now, so. Or is
I believe it's Squealio. It's actually on the
Squealio's on the console. Yeah. Oh, on the Xbox. Yeah, I believe that one is actually like one of
the good old X-Bone.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is like the one that's like the furthest behind.
And a temporary switch back to an SM64 layout. A little bit of confusion as to the game.
Yeah.
It's all right. I mean, this game is like the 2D non-Mario SM64. Like, the depth of movement in this game is just insane. It really... It's hard for a non-Mario title to break into this league that we our other two big leagues. We've got SM64, SMO, but this game forges its place handily among those Mario stars.
Oh,
Aurora Dash already with some slightly sloppy movement going to be falling behind Squealio. This is the type of lead that he wants already. He wants to be able to expand upon this as much as possible.
Right, absolutely.
Nice city besides the start, though. It almost looked like they were like cranking up an engine almost. Getting
Aurora doing some hot strats. I know you don't see the little things, but Aurora doing some crazy IL strats right now in Chapter 1, allowing him to catch up, as you can see here.
Yeah, already made up sizable ground. He's actually ahead of Squealio just through pure strat domination now.
Yeah, wow. They were still doing the same thing. Squealio was not messing up at all. Aurora messing up on this wall bounce, apparently, though.
Cannot seem to get far enough right before the dash. Seems to be really, really eager to get that dash up. So that's going to let Squealio go ahead and reforge a lead, but... Yeah, when you don't run a game personally yet, it's hard to notice some of the very, very fine details, and especially with a game like Celeste, like between the beginner runners and the very, very top level runners, there's a huge chasm that has to be crossed of learning about the advanced tech, how to implement the advanced tech. And so it takes a while to work yourself up to a point that you can really notice these fine details.
Look, some people just can see these things and some people can't.
It's like ghosts, except real.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my god. Speaking of things that may look like ghosts, we are in chapter 2 and we got a battle line to see through a mirror.
Yep. Got to make our way down to this grand mirror first to start up this whole chapter. It'd be nice if some sort of skip to this would be found, but I highly doubt anything like that's going to happen. All these dream blocks, totally solid before you hit that mirror.
Yep.
But you get to see some pretty interesting dream block movement here, especially you don't see it a whole lot here, but later on during the summit climb, you're going to see some dream hypers, which are some pretty cool movement.
Yeah, not going to see them quite yet. Some double jumps are coming in though. Squealio going for one just there as well. So if you're not familiar with that double jump, by the way, Electric, you are able to input 2 jumps, and the best way to, as you are leaving a dream block, and the best way to go about it actually is you do literally press the jump button twice. You can do it with one jump button. It's like that forgiving. The best way to go about it is essentially do a jump just before you exit the dream block and another jump as you exit it. So like use that white line essentially on the side that you're coming out of as kind of a visual of when to input the 2 jumps, and I was able to do it just based off of that advice. So
fairly lenient strap, but very integral to maintaining that momentum throughout these sections.
Yeah, it gives you a lot of distance and height out of dream blocks. Like, it's significant.
Kind of unfortunate we see so little of the dream blocks, honestly.
And not gonna matter too much though. Both players coming out of Awake at roughly the same time. It looks like Aurora is going to be able to pull a little bit ahead, do this superior movement coming out.
Yeah, look at this forward momentum, man.
Aurora with the Awake strats. Gonna gain seconds on Squealio. That was a solid 3 seconds. Aurora Dash showing his knowledge of how to get those ultras into the Awake section.
Yeah, that's one big thing about this game. There's no hard speed cap on Madeline, so when you're able to chain together moves like that, it's very, very easy to go super fast. But it's hard to actually control Madeline well enough to navigate through a tough section like that. So,
absolutely,
add props. And then, of course, diving right into one of these fuzzies over here. And go ahead and dash back, get himself some speed to re-enter the room. All the cycles are room-based, not local or not globally based. So by taking that death and staying in that other room, you can build up the speed and basically re-enter it like you would normally. And so both of them into the Oshiro section now. It may look like, well, actually, we do have the timers about synced up. Yeah. And so it does seem that Squealio does have a bit of a lead, especially after that death from Aurora.
Yeah, Aurora's just been having a little bit of trouble in the beginning of Chapter 3 right now. He may have been
seems to be the theme of this race, is Aurora making a couple of major bobbles, but overall having much cleaner movement. So we'll see which side of that equation balances out in whose favor.
Yeah, it's gonna be some crazy stuff going on of Aurora now taking the lead with that superior movement coming out. Squealio, I do believe, took a death there. Aurora, tripping it up and taking a retry, not gonna be able to talk to Oshiro. That's gonna make him fall behind as well, going into Huge Mess.
Yeah, Squealio seems to have some okay movement in Huge Mess. Aurora Dash also a little bit just kind of spotty on his movement. Doesn't seem to be quite sure of where he's going in some spots.
There is so much going on. Aurora Dash having superior Huge Mess movement, gonna pull ahead of Squealio just out of that screen alone. And as we are going into the first section, this is still crazy. Gonna be out of the boxes section, moving on to number 2 with Aurora Dash still ahead.
Yep. And this is a pretty pivotal section because there's a lot of really tight, concise movement that you have to do in all three of these little sub areas. And of course, right after that demo dash that we will not be seeing Squealio go for. So I think we're actually going to be seeing Squealio do some pretty interesting movement that you don't normally get to see in any percent run.
Yeah.
Going through the roundabout section that you actually skip with demo.
Yeah, what's known as the hyper dash room, essentially because of the fast strategies to get through that room.
And Aurora's going down to the laundry room. We're not taking any time to explore the Pico 8 right now. We've got a goal, and that is just opening this laundry bubble thing.
Good backup from Aurora Dash.
Yeah, nice cycle skip there.
Oh,
okay.
Gonna have to wait that cycle out. Still gonna keep the lead. Squealio with an interesting route there.
And so here we come up to Aurora Dash going to be attempting the demo. Squealio will not. See if Aurora Dash goes for the checkpoint. We have seen checkpoint lists already in the first race of the day, so wouldn't be too shocked to see it here, but it is surprising given how much time you lose if you fail at checkpoint lists rather than with the checkpoint. And already Aurora Dash taking a death early on in the previous room. Not a good way to lead into demo at all. So, all right, taking the checkpoint, smart, safe move here. Demo retries are super fast and gets it first try, not even needing the checkpoint, just getting it for good luck. A nice cycle throughout this next room. Can he hold it through to the end? We've seen so many people, holding a good cycle to the end. A lot of people will get that demo dash, and I guess like the relief of demo dash succeeding when you go for the movement in the next room, sometimes you'll just take significant deaths. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's actually very important to be able to keep a stable head as you get out of demo dash screen, because you go right into the next screen attempting a task cycle skip. If you go for the optimal times here in this chapter, that is. Squealio has made it out of the Hyper Dash room and is slowly catching up to Aurora Dash. Going to be taking a death on the early screens of Oshiro, as Aurora Dash is about is on the last screen. I am mixing my screens up for a second there. Are going to be finishing it up sub 5 minutes there. Well done. Well done. Good things to be seeing. 8:45 on the file timer, while Squealio is just close behind, going to be entering the final screen now.
Taking that death in the middle of the Oshiro chase. Hopefully we'll be able to go ahead and finish out the chase on this attempt. It's kind of interesting. Some runners decide to leave off the photosensitive effects, like what you're kind of seeing on Squealio's screen, but
right.
Some runners just opt to leave it all on.
So it's going to be about a 30-second difference coming into Chapter 4. Oh, Aurora Dash not quite getting enough distance, failing it the second time as well. This is a tough strat to be able to skip the first two bubbles entirely. Not going to be going for it the third try.
Yeah, really can't blame him. His opponent getting into Golden Ridge himself. So not too much point to risk something like this lead over a small time save. Now, what's that coming up here? Not quite sure. Did we just see an Archie, maybe?
Yeah, it's an Archie.
Shout outs to the bird in chat. Hopefully we'll also be seeing a sweet little Archie from Squealio's side as well. Looked like a little bit different of a strat there. Unfortunate. Aaron, to you two with the quality Archie emotes in chat.
Yes.
Oh, Aurora Dash with another death, just running right over that first bubble. Looked like he was trying to go for some higher dash, but it just didn't come out.
Okay, Aurora Dash. Gonna be so risky right now. Gonna be able to get through there still. Not using the coin, but still able to make it through.
A little bit of a risky strat. Small time save, though. Just wants to make that already kind of decent lead even bigger. Squealo looked like he had a little bit of an issue with the wind, but all worked out fine in the end.
Oh,
can he get up this tunnel? Okay, he's up. Nice.
yeah, just a little bit of slip up from Squealio there. Not gonna be huge time loss.
Oh, Aurora Dash getting
Aurora.
bodied by the snowball. Coming a little bit later than he was anticipating, I think. If it would have been a little bit earlier, it would have been low enough for him to jump over.
I believe actually what he was trying to do was if you dash into a snowball and you are at the same level as the snowball, you will bounce off of it instead of hit it. So he was aware of it, but decided to try to go for the faster movement of dashing through it to jump on top, but I guess just wasn't lined up correctly to be able to do that.
Unfortunate. Certainly what it appeared to be.
Yeah,
Squealio, oh, death midway in that room.
Okay, Aurora Dash can be finishing out Chapter 4, Golden Ridge with an 11:48. Squealio just a little bit behind. Got about 2 screens left. Sorry, 3 screens left.
Yeah, the wind's really coming at you now in this stage as Aurora Dash moving into Temple A.
I'm gonna refresh my call. I keep getting a lot of lag. Be right back.
Oh, Squealio failing to get that wall grab there. Ouch. It's going to be some nasty time loss as Aurora Dash, nice movement through Mirror A.
I'm still getting lag. Okay, there, Squealio finishing out, getting 12:38 there. This is gonna be, that's a large
Yeet.
gap out of Chapter 4. And
Nice eat, however, from Aurora Dash.
well done.
Nice full yeet. Big old jump. Hopefully the rest of this area goes pretty smoothly for him now. All he's got left is the tape grab. I think we're going to be seeing like a 111, 112? Well, 113. Decent time from Aurora Dash, though. Aurora Dash already making some huge plays in Mirror B. But of course, we all know what's coming up. Let's see if he falls to Bub's drop or if he's able to succeed. Squealio having some issues.
So crucial though.
Okay, nice first try Bub's drop from Aurora Dash, making it look easy.
Aurora Dash about to enter the second section of 5B. Starting out that long fall. And goes left. I'm so used to seeing players go right on that first part. It doesn't, of course, cost any time, you know, it's the same path, just forks and then merges. But it, you know, throws me off.
Yup, it's a movement we're not used to seeing.
Oh! Aurora Dash. Still taking Zats here.
Let's see how he's able to handle the secret room. And
Squealio
Squealio first try, nice.
Yeah, in the Bub trap.
Didn't have time to lose over Aurora, and so he didn't lose it. That's very nice to see.
People saying in chat, yeah, I was pretty sure just by looking at like his movement in the previous chapter that Aurora Dash was definitely an IL runner more so than a full segment runner. So, you know, he's pulling out things on screens here and there and showing that he could really get a good time if it wasn't for the fact that he just isn't able to string all his great IL times together.
And that's the thing with IL runners is that, like, if you try to put too many of those strats, you just get too inconsistent. Because with those IL times, it doesn't matter if you have to go through the level like 100 times. If you get the strat once, then, you know, that'll be your time.
Right.
It's just a different field whenever you have one real opportunity in the middle of a racing run to do it.
Aurora Dash has moved into chapter 6 now.
Gonna make his way up for Lake Skip real fast. Nice. Oh, but then golden feathering right into the corner there. Not able to get the upward movement fast enough.
He was trying to do little task strats actually with the feather. It's actually if you enter a feather and it was something I learned kind of from the watching the ARB task. They were talking about how if you enter a feather and do like a diagonal up like and like dash diagonally upwards, it will work. And it looks like, yeah, Aurora Dash more confident with his 6B movement, talking about the ILs and how he has a 6B record. Gonna be going for 6B.
Boy, you don't see this often.
Yeah, not gonna get Revo's nonsense, but still gonna be going into 6B. This is gonna be a treat for the eyes.
Yeah, so 6B, if you do it completely optimally, is like 2 seconds faster. But it's way harder.
Yeah.
The battle and fight's harder, the initial movement's harder. Everything about this is hard. And there isn't anything that we can think of, like another Bubs drop, that would make this so much more worth it that every runner would have to do it. But if he's confident in these strats...
There is one thing, but it's just a theory at this point, and it's so hard to find it. Basically, there are a couple demo dashes in the stage, is the sum of it. And so if people could find setups for demo dashes in the stage, it might...
That'd be pretty wild.
Yeah. I'll point them out. They're mainly in the battle line section.
And wait a minute. Okay, never mind. Sorry. I was misreading Tinga's thing, and I was like, wait, is Squeali also doing 6B? And then I read again. I was like, oh, that's a 5. That's what number that is.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So,
look at this movement, though, from Aurora Dash.
And Squealio opting to not risk it on the leg skip. It is a lot harder to do on console. He's just not going to even try.
Can't say I blame him, honestly.
Yeah. Oh, Aurora taking a death! He was doing so well, too.
Yeah, was just on fire with that movement. Just dashed a little bit too low to be able to hit that bumper. Aurora is a gamer, that is true. He is playing a video game. He is playing it well. Oh, but then another just dash a little bit too early this time.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay, though. Still doing super well on these fall sections.
I believe there is a demo dash on one of these fall screens. I'm not exactly sure where it is, but it is existent. I think it was right there at the end. So that's one of them that costs successfully could help a lot. And then I forget where the other. I'm gonna find where the other one is. I'll definitely know it when I see it. But yeah, those are really the things that could potentially make 6B possible or viable if there is a setup that exists for those demo dashes.
Yeah, and if 6B got into runs, oh man. Oh, getting bopped by the laser, just a little bit too slow on battling here. And again, just go above her, dude. Okay, going below the laser this time around.
Yeah, I was pretty sure it is about halfway through the battling section. I knew we hadn't passed it yet. This section's crazy.
You know, all these keys you have to collect while still bashing battling. It manages to get through pretty cleanly, and of course those little like fire orb attacks I think are new in this 6B, and that just makes things even worse.
No, they exist in 6A as well.
Really? I don't think I remember really seeing those like fireballs. Oh.
They only have vacation. They're more often here. So yeah, it is this screen at the end. That spot right there, you can actually dash through that vertical wall of spikes with a demo dash, so you don't have to wait to get your dash back. And so that would be another useful demo dash to be set up that could be found. You know, Squealio going into the battle and boost.
Nice little door skip there from Aurora.
Wait, does he go for that demo dash, Verity? Because like I said, there is no setup for it, so it is like essentially a roll of the dice. You're going for a pixel perfect trick there.
All right, Aurora just carving his way through this run right now.
Yeah, gonna be finishing out. Okay, he doesn't do a demo. Okay, I'm thank. I was gonna go crazy if he actually has the IL record because he does a demo dash there.
Yeah, that would have just been ridiculous.
Yeah. Alright, I'll look into that. Thanks, Purity. Aurora Dash gonna be starting out Summit. Taking a little bit of a breather in that cutscene that you can skip. But, you know, didn't feel like getting entered just yet. Yeah, I'm gonna have quite a lead as well. More than a minute going into the Summit.
Yeah, if the rest of the Summit stays this clean, I think he can pretty well bet on retaining that lead.
Yeah. And I'm actually kind of curious, does anyone know Aurora Dash's PB? Mainly asking chat, because I'm pretty sure Electric doesn't know.
I mean, you're not wrong, but still. $29.47, wow.
I was pretty sure he had a sub 30. He had to, given the pace that he has currently. Like, it is possible for him to get this. Is that a thing? You can do that?
Yeah, I certainly had no idea it was possible to like link everyone's times on the challenge site. Aurora Dash with some nice Dream hypers in some cases, but overall just a clean Dream block movement.
Yeah, I don't see anything. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, we're gonna be moving through 1,000 meters now. Still potentially on pace for a sub 30 time. We're cutting it very close.
But close, he may choose to cut it since he's already in that Celestial Resort section. Still has himself a little bit of time, about 5 minutes, 30 seconds to play with. But that death might cost it, who knows? Have to see what these last few rooms like at the very end of the summit.
And yeah, my frame, the stream keeps lagging for me, and apparently I missed a demo dash.
Yeah, that's what chat seems to be saying. I think I'm actually having a bit of the same issue. Stream pausing a little bit here and there.
Yeah, Artemis, is this your fault?
Alright, Aurora Dash in the Golden Ridge. Squealio not too far behind.
Switch servers then, Artemis. Oh, you did right as you said that? Okay, it does actually seem a lot smoother than right now. Aurora Dash going for the bounding under the terrain. And now it's lagging again. God damn it.
Okay. Aurora Dash with some nice movement through the rest of Golden Ridge Revisit. Squealy with some decent Dream Block movement.
Oh, Squealio. Not gonna be able to carry his dashes correctly. Gonna lose it just before entering that Dream Block. Gonna have to retry that screen. As Aurora is entering 2,500 meters.
Yep, that Mirror Temple section. Hopefully we'll be able to see some successful door skips.
Oh!
Ooh, taking a death on that first try through this first dash block room.
Yeah, he goes for an extended hyper dash there on that little piece of land of the dash block instead of a typical just regular hyper dash. So I think that was part of it.
Yeah, I would have been really shocked if he would have actually made it.
I mean, on the second try he did.
Right, but I mean like very, very first try.
Right. Of course, we've got to see the door skips or her dash coming in, doing the first one, doing the second one, no problem, doing those demos to help him out.
Yeah, I don't know how often I've actually seen those doors cause problems.
I mean, honestly, it's just because of how easy they've become thanks to demo dashes.
Yep. As Aurora Dash now moving into the final flag section of the summit
Squealio
climb.
having troubles on the end of 1,500 meters. While Aurora Dash is doing what you said he's doing. Aurora Dash still on pace to potentially get a sub 30. It is going to be tight, though.
We'll have to see. He's working his way up, seeming to do pretty well for himself ultimately. Okay, clean movement so far. Yeah, see, you actually missed Aurora Dash, go for 6B.
Okay, Aurora, yeah, and good save from Aurora just then.
Yeah, that's the top level gameplay we expect from someone willing to go for 6B.
Yeah, realized that he wasn't going to be high enough. Taking a death at flag 12, I think, yeah, there is no chance of him getting sub 30 at this point.
Pretty unfortunate, but still a solid run nonetheless. He's been showing off some really impressive movement. This guy's going to be another one to watch out for in these upcoming days, folks.
Absolutely. If he can pull out some good runs, it's definitely, he has a chance to make it through qualifiers and cause some upsets in season 2.
And that's going to be a huge thing, I think, is some people that, you know, maybe didn't enter the tournament first time around for whatever reason, or like people who have improved since that first tournament. Like you had TGH telling us that Chai Kitty was going to be a guy to watch out for. I think there's at least 3 or 4 Chai Kitties already that we've seen in this round so far.
I mean, it takes a lot to get up to the level that Chai Kitty is at right now. He nearly achieved the second recorded 27.
Right.
He was so close.
But remember earlier, who was it? Yeah.
Well, what about Marlon?
Yeah, Ultra Marlon. That's what I was trying to say. My bad. He had that awesome run that like was on world record pace until that demo dash, I believe.
Are you talking about like the one that I was commentating just before this?
No, the one before that.
Oh.
That I commentated that you were in the chat for.
Oh. Yeah. Well.
Yeah, before demo dash, I think he'd only taken like 1 death somewhere in Golden Ridge, and like the run was really, really good. I think before the death, he was actually ahead of world record.
It does it. I mean, like when you're thinking it's, you know, when you're saying that it's only in chapter 3, like that's not a huge thing to really go off of. Like,
well, fair, but you've already had to deal with all the movement in chapter 3 itself, which is very, very precise, demanding movement. That's all I'm trying to say.
There's so much stuff that's left within the game. Like saying
he didn't get world record. All I'm trying to say is the man's good.
Yeah, the man's good, but you know, you gotta maintain that into like chapter 6 before I really am gonna be like, oh, he's got something here. This could be a good run.
That's fair. I was more talking about the player than the run. And yeah, someone in chat calling me out. Sorry. I kept saying Bubs Drop. It's demo. Or I kept saying demo and it's Bubs Drop. My bad. See, you don't commentate for 2 months. It's like you've never seen the game before. What's this girl's name again? Mary? What's she even doing? Is she trying to get into a submarine up here or something? I forget.
Yeah.
Yeah, 30-30 with no prologue skip. That's pretty good. And a 6B.
Yeah. Margaret trying to get to the ceiling.
Mary, she's searching for her little lamb, of course. Yeah, that's exactly
obviously.
it. I'm just waiting for an Everest mod that has a lamb instead of the summit flag. Oop, having a little bit of trouble getting up this wall.
Yep,
it's
over
over
the
now.
Upward wind. Of course, at this point, there is no hope for Squealio to beat Aurora's time, but there is still points to consider. The time difference that still exists is actually a 5-minute gap. So, as long as you're within 5 minutes of the other player's time, you still get points.
Yep. That's going to be pretty significant for these group stages where we do admittedly have a couple of mismatched races. I'm not saying that this is one of them. Both these guys really good. but Squealio just having someone that turns up. But seeming to really pull it all together for this summit, though. Dude, Dave Stereo's race is going to be so hype.
Come on, Squealio.
You can do this.
Looking to get some points here. He's in the final minute. If he does not, if it gets past 35-29, he will not be getting any points, and Aurora Dash will be getting the full 90. So this is very important right now.
All right. Seems to have some good movement going into this last bit.
Yeah, final 3 flags. Still definitely possible to get points.
Flush is also a switch runner. Ooh, that'll be a really interesting race then. Unless you're using like some kind of third-party controller solution.
No,
I guess Joy-Cons are okay. What?
There actually are still some like PC runners of Celeste. I believe there is like one PC runner of Celeste who uses a Pro controller.
What even? I guess if you're using the stick, it's okay, but what's also a little bit better than okay, I would even say. It's 34-45 from Squealio, getting himself a few points. Not a bad run, all things considered.
Yeah, so, yeah, of course you use analog. You can't use the joystick in a platformer like this. So how much of a time difference is that? Stuff, words, math, like a few minutes. How far away was he from 35-29? It was like about like 30 seconds. So it's gonna be getting 3 points. about 35 points. I forget exactly how much.
Yeah, nice little grab. You know, not being left completely empty-handed. Aurora Dash, of course, though, with those pretty big winner bonus, and also the every 10 seconds, 1 point got transferred from Squealio to Aurora Dash. So making some decent points with that 3.5 or so minute lead over Squealio at the end. And yeah, it sounds like our runners are suffering some mic troubles. Not sure.
Yeah, I know Squealio was having trouble with his mic. So definitely.
Yeah, I think Aurora said that he thought his mic was busted too. So. Yeah, let's see what Aurora has to say. Yeah, I'm not thinking we're going to get a post-race interview. While we wait for that official confirmation, quick shout-outs, !YT to get, of course, looks like the command already in chat with Nightbot. We got 2 YouTube channels, one with all of our tournament races, so you ever miss a race, just go ahead and hop on over to that channel, catch it back over there on the replay. And we've also got another for stream highlights and other things, such as like those showcase runs from Pace. So go sub to both those channels, ring that bell. We've also got ! Merch for GSA merch, and of course, ! Schedule to see all the races we have coming up. Right after this, we got 2 SM64 races. Let me pull up that calendar myself to see exactly who's in them. We've got Yale versus Saren and Zufi versus Saren. Zufi having just a nutty run yesterday.
And why do you do this to yourself? How many games are you going to commentate in a row? What is this? You've commentated like more than half the games today.
Look, man, I never claimed to be sane. I never claimed to act in my own best interest. I'm just here to do one thing, and that's to commentate.
You're definitely not. You're definitely not working in your own self-interest. Okay, good luck to you.
Thanks so much.
I guess I'll be listening to your voice in 15 minutes from now as the SM64 Sony Star League qualifiers start up at 9 p.m.
Yep. Looks like Aurora is trying to get his mic to work. Not sure if we're gonna have any success with that, unfortunately. So we're gonna stick around.
Yeah, I'm not hearing him, and I'm pretty sure Aurora is trying at this point.
Is Electric now full-time commentator here?
Absolutely.
I don't think there's such thing as like a full-time commentator yet. I have the time. Let's do it.
Yeah, Aurora, I see your thing going green, but it's not. I didn't hear anything when it went green. Yeah, it just went green for a second there. Yep, there it is.
Wait, I heard
Oh, it's
something.
I hear. Yeah, it's really quiet.
Oh yeah. This is as loud as I can get it.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm not sure if that'll carry over on stream. Can the stream
don't
hear?
know. 200%, and I can't actually hear it. Says Artemis.
Yeah, sorry, man. I don't know if we'll be able to do an interview today.
Oh well, that's okay. See if I can have it figured out the next time, I guess.
Yeah, hopefully you can. I can still hear you, so it sounds like I'm talking to no one, but I swear there is an Aurora on the other end. Well, good job, Aurora, on getting that victory.
Yeah, nice
and-
solid run. Very, very nice gameplay throughout. That city was a treat to watch. And excited to see your next one. So GG's to both there, guys. Stick around, everyone. SM64 action coming right at you in just a few minutes. Don't go away. Peace.